Good evening. Welcome to Experience Black Transformations and today's Tea with Miss Black. It is November 16th, 2020, and our word for today comes from Psalms 28:9. Save your people and bless your inheritance. Be their shepherd and carry them forever. All right, so it is currently 4:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I would like to do a very quick rundown of the EBT report for today. Our headline came from the beautiful Michi X and Grandmaster J. They did a in-studio podcast that was phenomenal. I loved it. They covered a lot of important matters that are present at this time. Some of the things that they have both been addressing individually. It was nice to, hear them have a good dialogue on, addressing them together. So that was a really good look. So that was our headline for today's report. And really quickly, I'll run down some of the other. We had the video of the day came from Busta Rhymes, SAR. It's already had well over, I think it was like 2 or 4 million views in 2 weeks. It was a phenomenal body of work. I love the creativity. The ladies were beautiful. I love the melanin, I love the masculinity. The video was fire. Of course, he always got the bars, just that real God energy. So shout out to Busta Rhymes for that. And there were a couple of really good videos from the Breakfast Club. We talked about a little bit about health and sugar with COVID-19, being mindful of your sugar intake, ways to protect yourself from the flu. We got some beautiful mud cloth pre-sale. If you're interested, we got some news from India, a historic opportunity to industrialize using clean energy. We got some material from Hustle University, how schools can do more with less and leading through the crisis. Also some millionaire barber, California woman went from stylist to school owner. And, for those of you that are looking to potentially relocate abroad, we got Building a Dream House in Ghana, episode 2. And talking beef with Busta Rhymes, how it started and ended. And the Berlin Conference and Colonialism from Africa Today. So, like I said, I encourage you to check it out if you have not yet. And my intention is to do this as often as needed. Right now I'm feeling like daily is needed. So Monday through Friday and then a weekend report. We'll still be updating Patron, our community, on, our updates of whereabouts and whatever details and information needs to be, updated in between. But the EBT report is going to be Monday through Friday, and the Friday will be a weekend report. Also, Experience Black TV is going to be back very soon via marissablack.com. I'm excited about that. Within the time that, the website has not been available, there has been a lot of work taking place behind the scenes, connections being made, relationships being developed, and, people that are going to be working together, getting a good understanding of who they're going to be working with. So I'm very excited about, how that's been coming along. Black people, we do have our challenges, and we do have a lot of room to grow and be better, but I'm seeing a lot of love out there and amongst one another. I'm really grateful for what I am seeing in that realm of things. So we're acknowledging and appreciating our leaders and teachers that are, being so brave at this time, because, it's real out here, like real. So shout out to everyone that's doing that. It is for you, as why, as I stated, in our EBT report, check that video out of my purpose, mission, etc. behind the OG Academy. I don't want to keep repeating myself, so check out that video. But yes, I wanted to do a card reading, our energy reading for today, and that is just a quick overview. Tell a friend to tell a friend about the OG Academy if it makes sense, because what we know is, OGs understand that energy is everything. Who we connect with, who we spend time with, who we confide in, who we learn from, who we make decisions to grow with, etc. All of these things matter. And what many of us have found from life experience is that, we have to choose wisely who we choose to engage with, deal with, share information with, especially information of value, for those of us who have valuable information that we want to protect, for important reasons, understandable reasons. So with that being said, we've had our series of lessons. We're continuing, of course, more lessons, that are going to help us continue growing and evolving and being better leaders and, better teachers and better artists, better professionals, just a better human being, a better humanitarian, a better philanthropist. Those are the people that I connect with, the people that I appreciate, love, and respect for all that we do. All right. So with that said, on the bottom of the deck, we have health. This is our masculine energy for today. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. And our feminine energy, we're going to pull from the top, is discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. All right, so, and I'm going to read straight from the book, today. Because I've been freestyling. I feel like I'm getting long-winded. So, first, masculine energy, currently focused on health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Your body is your temple, and you are responsible for its care. You have chosen to incarnate in this physical dimension to learn certain lessons, and if you don't maintain the physical vessel that your soul has chosen, then you are sabotaging your own plan. Your health is a vital element for your soul's progress, and you should never take it for granted. Be sensible about nourishment and exercise. You could be a sensitive being who must be conscious of your surroundings because you can easily be drained by people, places, or things. Always make a ritual of protection and cleansing before you work with a client, or just bring your mind back to your heart throughout the day to rejuvenate. This card may also signify a desire to assist other beings through physical or emotional healing work. You may be involved professionally in the medical fields, body work, or psychiatry and counseling. Or maybe you're just a good listener who possesses sage advice. If you or someone you know inherited a congenital, I hope I'm pronouncing that, congenital disease, Past life work may be of some benefit. I really want to congenital disease. If you or someone you know inherited a congenital disease, past life work may be of some benefit. I want to look that word up to know what that means. I'll post about it later. But yes, and our feminine energy is currently. Well, I can't talk. Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Your soul has a goal, but it has also chosen to carnate into a world of distractions. Earth is a dimension of obstacles and challenges, but you have been given discipline as your birthright. It is time to remind yourself that, it is time for you to remind yourself what your soul has come back to this planet to learn. This is a great opportunity to reevaluate your priorities and go about your daily task with a new system of managing your life. Instead of being the passive recipient of whatever comes your way, distractions can easily get us off the work of our soul. And if we give in to this apathetic impulse, we can miss many well placed and pre planned teachings needed for our inherent growth. Learn that the satisfaction of a task completed is more emotionally rewarding than a task delayed. So I feel like I was sounding real choppy when I was reading that, because as I'm reading it, I'm literally getting like feedback in the back of my mind, replaying of the video that I just posted. It was basically an intro to covering what my intentions are and what I'm looking to do with the EBT report moving forward, as far as schedule and outline and that kind of fun stuff. But I also addressed the purpose of the OG Academy, as I started out saying in the beginning. And with the feminine, we're talking about discipline. I talk about sacred success. And, our whole motto here is of the OG Academy is creating total life balance through sacred success. And how discipline is something that is important for us all to have in every area of our life if we want to not only obtain the things that we desire in life, which is, wealth and abundance, in our mind, body, and spirit, but it's also to maintain it. And in order to maintain anything, we need both our health and our discipline. And if you're new to this journey, you know that, well, if you're not new to this journey, you know that we always say we have masculine and feminine energy within each of us as a human being, a human vessel, because these two energies, represent different energy, different characteristics, different qualities, different strengths, and different weaknesses. So there's a chart, illustration breaking down what I just said in the banner section of the OG Academy. So I encourage you to check that out if you have not yet. Take a screenshot of it and, hang it up somewhere, put it somewhere where you can regularly go and take a look at it to recognize ways that you may be in balance, out of balance, and ways that you can work towards restoring, replenishing, rejuvenating, enhancing, the things within you and about you and around you. That's what the whole self-mastery personal development journey is all about, which is what the OG Academy is founded on. All right, so health for the masculine energy and discipline for the feminine energy. Those are our soul's journey focuses at this time. I feel like we're 15 minutes in, so I'm just going to make this reading quick. I was going to do a balanced perspective, but I'm just going to do a 3-card spread giving us insight, direction, and guidance on our recent, present, and upcoming future possibilities. All right. Thank you, Source, for clarity. Thank you, Source, for guidance. Thank you, Source, for direction. All right, 3 cards. Past, present, future possibilities. I am cold. That's why I have this robe on. Ain't got no heat up in here. That's crazy. It get real down here, you know. I'm working. I'm being honest. You know, I'm on this journey like everybody. And within this journey, we have our ups and downs. You know, we have accessibility to some resources and non-accessibility to some resources at certain times, and we have to adjust. All right, we got 10 of Cups out the bat. That's what's up, you know, in our past. Yeah, we have to adjust. Our present is the Page of Wands. And I had to really not only live it, but live it in a way where I could document it and show people, you know, the truth, the reality of, you know, our life's journey, you know. Life is a school, and every day we're learning lessons that are set to help us grow, evolve, and be the best person that we can be. There's always going to be adversity, you know, adverse energy that is not complementary to, you know, health and growth and, you know, prosperity and abundance. You know, it's more in alignment with fear, hate, and lack. But we can't allow that to, you know, ruin our experience in life and love. Waiting for this future possibilities to come up. But while we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and, you know, start with this 10 of Cups and Page of Wands. Here we go. And we have the 5 of Cups. All right, on the bottom we have the 6 of Swords. So moving away from something. All right, so for starters, if you haven't seen any of my previous readings, when I do the past, present, future, our Rider-Waite Tarot gives us a practical perspective, and our Osho Zen gives us a spiritual perspective. So I'm seeing a very creative, passionate person that has gone through a great deal of heartbreak, disappointment, sadness, and that has been recent. And because of that, they have a story to tell. They're going to do this. They're going to heal in telling their story. Either they have done this already or they're in the process of doing it. It could be a book, a series of books, an album, a mixtape, a workshop, a class, a movie. I'm feeling like I keep saying this, like I'm really tapping into my soul tribe, which is, in news and entertainment, just people in leadership, people that are real business minded, go-getters. That's the people that I'm really tapping into, people that are really big on legacy, legacy minded, building for the future. They value family. They have values to start with. And their story came from telling their truth, sharing their stories, connecting with people who see them, respect them, and appreciate them, for who they are, not what they have or have lost, or, things don't make them who they are. And through losing a lot, many of us learn that. So that is where we, heal. And when I say heal, I'm meaning free ourselves, release, things in our minds that, tell us that we're not great, or we're not, children of the Most High, which makes us great, period. Now, there's levels to greatness, of course, and what we do with our being of great by us, practicing health in our mind, body, and spirit. And that comes with being disciplined, With doing that, we're able to be creative. We're able to be messengers. We're able to be those that inspire others by being brave and courageous and sharing our stories and moving forward and having, success in love and success in business, success in community, just success in just being a whole person, a whole and happy person that is able to connect with, other whole and happy people and be productive in the world, in our communities, in our businesses, in our neighborhoods, in our societies, in our families. Integration is transpiring at this time. Consciousness, more people are gaining the confidence to speak about their awakening. And the lovers, people are learning to love themselves, and they may have had either a series or a long-term relationship or relationships that left us in undesirable situations. I'll say. So what that did was awaken the truth that, there were things that you needed to work on, or things that we needed to work on, you know, because if you're a person that is truly focused on mastering yourself, a person that is working on self actualization, a person that's looking to be the best person that they can be in all areas of life and everything that they do, they're going to have those experiences in love, in life, in business, and, developing new skills, or developing skills, developing an organization, developing anything that matters. People and experiences, or, environmental changes are going to transpire to teach us things about ourselves, things that are going to, on the other side of us learning from the experience, giving us a greater resume, more respect, to be more respected by others, for your resilience, for your determination, for your discipline, for your strengths. A lot of people really want to be led. I've seen that more in 2020 than ever. And it's clear to me now why leadership was the word that kept coming to me, with the last couple years. So back to that, to be a great leader, one has to truly love themselves, self-love. And one has to be able to recover from heartbreak, disappointment, and finding a healthy and creative way, to release, let go, and, evolve from our experiences, help other people, know that, life gets hard. So I can share with you my story so you can avoid some of these things, or, I can share it with you and you can go ahead and go through these things. But when you get to the point of recognizing what I was trying to tell you, here's the support, to bounce back quicker than I did. Consciousness, self-awareness, being aware. There were times where, after my grandmother passed away, she was a beautiful, great teacher, I wasn't appreciative of her teaching style when she was living, but I grew to really appreciate it after she left, and I just knew that she always had my best interest at heart. This is Grandma, by the way. But, it was to teach me to respect myself, she was teaching me to treat others the way that I want to be treated, but to also be self-aware, to make sure that I can trust in myself if no one else, So yeah, integration is here, the family that many have desired, the success, because the truth is, life, I feel like, with the over exposure of sexuality, the desensitizing, of sexuality in ways, it's a combination of things that I'm seeing take place that are taking us away from, love, union, family, and harmony. It's ways to do that and to do it responsibly, but it's been taught to us in, ways that are not supportive to nature. So that's where we have this rise of things like polygamy, and people that are, seeing where that lifestyle makes more sense for them. And I'm not here to judge any of those. I'm just aware of the different lifestyles that are on the rise. And it is what it is. And from my perspective, Lauryn Hill said everything is everything. However, I know what works for me. And for me personally, um, I trust that my partner, my life partner, is going to be someone who is already full and whole in who he is, where without me, he's not, you know, searching for something to stick his penis in to feel like a man, you know? Um, so when we come together, that's not even a thing, you know? He already got that figured out before we even connect like that for real. Because when I decide that I want to build and, you know, build this thing for real with a partner, have this integration, this balance, this harmony and family, I don't need, you know, no little energy that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, you know, interfering. That's me personally. And, that's how I'm going to go into it on my end. So I'm going to need my partner on the same page, so we can live heaven on earth for real. I'm using myself as an example because somebody needs to hear it like this. And that's how we're going to do it from time to time here around here in the OG Academy when I got the mic. Communication is key. Direct communication is the master key. So with that being said, this journey, is teaching us how to love ourselves, how to respect ourselves, how to take care of ourselves. Loving yourself and taking care of yourself is not going and spending $1,000 on a bag or a hairstyle. And this is coming from the person who makes money, when people do that. Well, at least I did until I cut that part off so I could become clear on what I'm doing as a conscious millionaire in the making. With this, we need to be solid in who we are because in this journey, as we've seen, people die every day. So with that being the case, we can love ourselves enough that, God forbid our partner, anything happens to them, we can still be solid and stand on our own, mentally. We're not going to lose our mind because, another person, that man or that woman, controlled our mind and made all of our decisions for us. So we don't know how to function and operate, mentally, emotionally, you just can't get out of bed. You just can't. Now, I understand there's a grieving process, of course, but we don't want to be debilitated because anything happens, The OG Academy, we talk like this because it's real life, real life happens, life and death. And we want to be prepared. So we're going to start with the worst case scenarios. When it's our time to go, we want to make sure that our partner is someone who can continue, doing the work. Because they know what needs to be done and how to manage and handle, the legacy. And not even that, while we're living, you're teaching the kids, you're teaching the offspring, you're teaching the ones who are going to continue with the marathon how to do it. You're teaching the children. If you don't have your own children, you're teaching the children in the community. Because what you're building, you want to leave it to the community if you don't have your own offspring. And with that, you want the community to be able to manage it. There are institutions and organizations and corporations that have been around for 700 years. I've heard stories. I've been listening to the success magazines, audio, whatever. Yeah. There are companies and businesses that have been around for a long time. So with this community, with this tribe, with, I'm black, I'm a black woman. Um, yes, that matters around here, you know. That's why I built this, so that I can say that and it's not an issue. And ain't nobody trying to, block anything, because I'm identifying with who I am and what I'm here to do and who I'm here to do it for first. Become aware through our challenging experiences, through our heartbreaks, what helps us to move forward. You don't have to be a rapper or a singer or an artist, but that can be something that you do to help you to release. Just start writing, start journaling, just let go of any disappointments or anything that got you in a place of despair, because that is the lowest energy frequency feelings that you can feel. Guilt, despair, what's another one? It's a few of them. We don't have time for it. It's natural that after losing someone or something that you value, that you're going to go through a phase of being upset, being angry. But we can't get stuck. We have to pick ourselves up. We have to move forward, because life goes on, and we deserve to have, that love, that unconditional love for ourselves, within ourselves, no matter who's around, no matter what, is in our bank accounts, no matter if there's a car in the driveway or not, no matter, if you're wearing the same clothes you've been wearing for the last 4 or 5 years. Listen, I'm for real. Sacrifices that I've made, that I'm continuing to make sure that I'm building more responsibly, that my foundation is going to be stable and secure. And I'm grateful for the people that are in my life that have supported me in doing that. And as I build and rebuild, most definitely they are going to be taken care of accordingly. And that's how I encourage us all to, consider thinking, community minded. So what I'm feeling like now, since I'm getting through this, I'm going to close this out with the Angels of Abundance message. We are almost 40 minutes in, but I want to, I'm going to make this public. I decided this message, is for somebody. I was channeling the message, so I kind of went in and out, and I don't remember everything I said, so I'm going to go back and listen, of course. But I feel as though I'm being inspired to make this public. I was going to make this only available to our OGs, but someone needs this message right now, so here we go. Angels of... This keeps coming up too. Keeps coming up. Positivity, faith, and optimism. Words. I'm trying to have my nails in there like that because they look a mess. But it's all good. They natural and they healthy. Positivity, faith, and optimism. This card comes to you as a reminder that God and the universe are on your side. The only block has been worry. So a simple shift in faith will result in a positive shift in your abundance flow. If you need to pray for help in lifting away worries and replacing them with optimism, remember that God is your source of everything and is watching over you and your loved ones like a caring parent. God also respects your free will choices. So if you have been making negative statements about your finances, then heaven won't interfere. Trust that the infinite wisdom of God's divine intelligence and creativity already has all the solutions for you. You'll receive these solutions as ideas and intuition when you relax, and so are better able to hear the inner voice of God. Positivity is particularly useful when trying to manifest more abundance. Money is simply energy, and we want to attract this energy to us. Just as we are naturally reluctant to spend time around negative people, money is more likely to surround positive people. The same goes for the same goes for any other type of abundance. For example, if you are trying to manifest an abundance of health in your life, speaking and thinking positively about it will have a much larger effect than negativity. The energy behind these positive words and thoughts can change any situation for the better. So, I just got a very important message that I'm channeling right now. Positivity, faith, and optimism. Let's simplify that in a couple different ways. Because health came up in our masculine energy, in our mind. So I'm feeling like health in our mind is a focus at this time. Mental health is a focus right now. Excuse me, when I'm channeling messages, it's kind of choppy. I'm trying to process the words at the same time. So, mental health is important right now. It's important all the time, of course, but when it comes to programming, we're conditioned to believe, to think, to react, to respond, certain ways, The social experiment is something that I'm hearing a lot of the people in my network speak of. I have not watched the documentary yet on Netflix. However, I've been paying attention to life and social media and the experiment that I just naturally see, because I think along the lines of, what's the word I'll use? I can't think of it. It's a word that I normally use, but it basically describes um, when you observe people. I can't believe it's like right there and I cannot get it out. But when you're observed, case studies. Yes, case studies is what I was trying to say. So as a person who learned in the little time that I spent in college about what case studies were, throughout life, I found myself naturally, doing that, just not as an assignment or a project, but that's pretty much where the EBT report comes from, and the desire to develop and create my own network, so that I can do my part to reverse the programming, the conditioning that has caused poor mental health. There we go. Summed it up. I love it. I was able to sum it up. All right, so poor mental health comes from the conditioning from commercials with prescription drugs playing at night while your TV is running, and it's naming all the damn side effects of everything, from taking this medicine, and you waking up and everything's sore and hurting you, and you're thinking that something's wrong now and you need to go to the doctor, and the doctor's telling you you need to take this pill for this pain and this discomfort and this and that, and then all the side effects, and there you go. The cycle. Here's another one. You're driving in the car, because this is a real life experience for me, observation, where you're driving in the car in Atlanta. It's always traffic because it's always accidents, but every time you turn around, it's a commercial of a law firm trying to sell, their law services or insurance. So there's all these very creative accident commercials that you're constantly listening to, in between, your entertainment, the music that is also of a low vibration in too many cases. So the combination is just a bad mental soup of, um, you know, it's not nourishment. It's not nourishment at all. It's mental garbage that, causes one to have non-positive, optimistic, and, lacking faith. That is the opposite. That leads to disappointment, frustration, sadness, being conditioned that you need to rock chains and ice and all this jewelry to feel like you've made it, to feel like you've done something. You need to have, red on the bottom of your shoes and bags. And I know I'm probably going to lose people. They're going to tap out, but this is real life. So those that I'm talking to, they understand what I'm saying. But, all of those experiences, because I'm not here to judge, is to teach us that our value lies within us. And we can say, oh, I love myself, and, dress up, hair, makeup, jewelry, cars, and wads of money, and acting like we love ourselves. But when we're by ourselves in silence, without music, distractions, people, and drugs and alcohol, who are we then? When we have to look ourselves in the mirror, are we still loving ourselves then? When we don't have those things. So this is important for us to all gain as individual people. Love for self first. And I will always keep preaching and saying that because it is too important. Knowing what you're here to do so that when someone comes into your life, then you can recognize if you are on the same path and you two are going to be able to grow and build together. And you're not needing that person, It's great to have them there so that you're able to, like I said, enjoy the journey of life of, growing and building together and doing the work. But you're going to do the work with or without them when you truly love yourself, when you truly love what you're doing, when you're truly happy. There's too many of us, through the conditioning, look for someone else to provide us happy. That's why we have all these fake holidays where, buy me something to, make me feel better, to show me that you love me. I never signed up for that one. I ain't gonna say never, like when I was young adult, in my early 18, 19, 20s, I participated in like Christmas and Thanksgiving, but I tapped out around 21, And it's not that I didn't love my family, want to spend time with my family, but I would, still pull up for dinners and stuff like that, but getting into the whole spending money that I don't have, to tell you that I love you, I wasn't signing up or playing that business. Because I've always been investing. Because I've always seen a bigger vision, not only for my own life, but for my family as well. I've always, since 18, 19, before I started, doing multi-level marketing. But when I first became introduced to personal development, I would say that was around 18, 19. That is when I decided that I wanted to do something like buy my mother a house and, have businesses in which I'm able to, employ my family members that, are qualified and want to work. And, like I had those types of visions for a very long time. I'm 33 years old now. So with that, I've gone through a process of learning to love myself and learning what love truly is so that I'm able to connect with someone who shares my same values, who shares my same vision, and we're able to come eye to eye and love one another unconditionally for who we are, practicing positivity, faith, and optimism as our religion, you know, speaking it, but also living it, being mindful and aware, you know, staying connected to the source, and then integrating, having heaven on earth, not only for yourself, but you're going to leave that experience around for those who are able to benefit from everything that you leave from, you know, practicing health, you know, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. And as a byproduct, your finances are going to be a byproduct. And that is going to take discipline, you know, discipline in knowing who you are when it is a time for you to be still, to ground yourself, to love yourself, to restore, to re-nurture, to replenish, to regenerate, to rejuvenate. Those are all things that, you know, soldiers, leaders, you know, people who create, people who, you know, channel divine energy, because sometimes the energy can be, you know, challenging to process, and it can be a tiresome thing. So, you know, having that discipline to know when to be still and knowing when to be grateful, you know, express gratitude to the Most High God, as well as those who, you know, you're connected to work and build and do the work with. So I was not expecting this video to be this long, but it was. And I hope you gained some clarity, guidance, wisdom, insight. And like I said, I'm going to make it available. So share it with a friend. And love you. Till next time, if you would like to schedule me for a personal reading, please select your solution consultant in the link in my bio, and check out my other readings on Experience TV. I love you. Be great.